Hello guys, how are you doing today? So I've got a pair of rear brake hoses here for my Project Focus. This procedure applies to 2012 through 2018 year model Focuses. Replacing the hoses, and I'll show you the carnage here in a second why I'm replacing them. These are some Chinese brake hoses from Amazon, $20 for both of them. Definitely cheaping out on a brake component here, so we'll see how it works. Okay, I've got the vehicle jacked up here and supported by jack stands. I've got the rear wheels off. Okay. I think this car's been just chilling out in the swamp. What do you think? Anyway, this is why I'm replacing it. See, looks like there's a little bit of growth underneath that hose here. That's actually a cover over the metal portion here. Without further ado, the next step and now the other side. That is a penetrating catalyst. The goal of that is to penetrate and lubricate any rust and corrosion to allow removal of the brake line from the hose. Okay? And it's going to help with the clip right here, pulling that out. Okay, I've given the penetrating catalyst enough time now. First thing I'm going to start with here is this 8mm support bracket bolt right here, right in the middle of the line. Take that all the way out. The opposite side is the exact same procedure, and it's actually the same part number as well. So I'm going to show you this side and then show you how to bleed it. There it is. It's loose. Next thing I'm going to do here with an 11mm wrench, go in here, crack this line loose. Doesn't have to come all the way out just yet because that retainer is still in there, which I'll show you in just a moment. Okay, breaking it loose there has actually made it where I can pull it out by hand now, but like I said, let's go ahead and get this retainer out. You see that little clip? Alright, let me go ahead and grab my Special Service Tool 3000. Some channel locks here, big pair. Grab onto that clip carefully. Get a good bite on it. And with both hands, hold on to the channel locks here. You're going to want to pull it out. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to hit you right in the face. Okay, let me try with just my fingers. Oh, okay. No, I already got it out. Note the orientation. It goes in like that with the end of the clip facing that way. Next thing I'm going to go ahead and attack here. 14mm wrench. Just a regular size wrench, not a long one. You're going to need this in order to get down in here. You're going to have to go at a bit of an angle. But you see the line right there where it threads into the caliper. Looks a little something like that, just as a reference. Just want to get it on there. Counterclockwise. Carefully. Don't go berserk with it. You don't want to snap it off in the caliper, but as you can see, it's loose. Once again, that was a 14mm. So now, I'm going to go ahead and thread this the rest of the way off. Would you just look at that carnage there? Oh my goodness. That is ballooned up there. Okay, inspect your line threads over here. Make sure they're not burred. You're going to want to be able to thread it into the new one. So if they're burred, you're going to need to replace the line or have a new fitting put on. Alright. Get that around here. Let me zoom back out. And now I'll just rotate the whole line counterclockwise to spin it out of the caliper. Okay? Slow and steady, boys. Slow and steady. And there it is. Alright. Go ahead and grab my flashlight. Inspect make sure the threads are in good condition. Make sure you get any debris out of the way so it doesn't go down into the hole. Alright boys, sorry about the lighting here. However, squint your eyes. Okay, and the light really helps right here when you go to thread this new line in. Alright, I've got the line started in there. So now, just going to play a little game here called rotate the entire brake line. Run it down until it feels firm, right there. See? Ballerina. A little game called Brake Line Ballerina. That's what I should have said. Gonna go ahead and put full torque on the brake hose here on the caliper. If I can find the caliper in the first place. The hose, excuse me. There we go. That's tight enough. German specs. Get this around here. All right. And next, you can go ahead, slide this through the hole, and thread it in. Righty tighty. I've got it started. I'm just going to run it down until it's finger tight. And then, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and make sure this portion of the hose is flush up against this bracket. Take that clip, pop it back in. Kind of pushed in as hard as I can with my fingers here. And now, take my other special service tool. And punch that in. There we go. Got to orientate the clip right or I won't be able to sleep at night. So now, get your 11mm wrench and full torque on this fitting right here. One more to go. Click. All right. That line is tight on there. The clip is in there. Now let's get this bolt in. Okay. Do make sure that your bracket on the line hose itself is on the front side of the bracket that's on the car itself. Once you do that, get the bolt started in there, which I do. Tighten it down. This is where ratcheting wrenches come in handy. Okay. All right, once again, you can actually put the wrenches on if you want to double check, but that's snug. The clip's in there. That's tight, and that's tight. We are ready to bleed, guys. I've got the other side done already, actually, so yep, on to the bleeding portion. I've got the master cylinder topped off. I'm opting for a pressure bleeder right here. I understand that most of you guys probably aren't going to have this. But if you go on Amazon, they have a hand-operated pressure bleeder that comes with fittings like this. I believe it's $50 or $80. And these fittings are designed to go right on various manufacturers' master cylinders, so it makes it really easy. And pressure bleeding really is the best way to purge all the air out of brake lines and clutch lines as well. It makes it much easier. But if you don't have this resource and you don't want to spend the money, you can always have your buddy hold the brake pedal firmly, crack open the bleeder. When it stops coming out, close the bleeder, have them release the brake pedal, and then repeat until it is bubbleless air coming out of the brake caliper. Anyway, I've got about 25 psi on the system here. I'm going to start at the right rear here. Here's the bleeder. Take the rubber cap off. Get your 10mm wrench ready. So always start at the right rear first and then go with the left rear. And if you're doing the front as well, you can go with the right front and then the left front after that. The end game here is to have a consistent stream of fluid come out with no bubbles, no fluctuations. It should be a smooth, steady stream. Since I have plenty of fluid to flush with, I'm going to go ahead and let it run for 30 seconds more here. I've already flushed my whole brake system out, but I just want to be extra sure here and get every last drop out of air. If you're using a pressure bleeder, now is a good time with pressure on the system to make sure nothing's dripping, none of the fittings. Okay, that's been plenty long. Go ahead and snug this up here. Don't need to get those too tight. If anything, that was too tight right there. So over to the left rear now. Get this off of here. Once again, crack this loose. See the air spitting out of there? There we go. That's what you want to see. Loosen it a little more. I want to make sure I get plenty of brake fluid on my camera screen here. All done. snug back up, the cap's back on it. Go ahead and take your pressure bleeder off, make sure the brake fluid level's at the correct level, and you are ready to make some more rips around the racetrack. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have yourself a fantastic day.